Do you feel like the heaviest person in the room? Do you hide the back of every photo? Everyone's bodies are different, but it's hard not to compare our weights to those around us. Shayna calls herself the only fat person in a thin family, and I think a lot of you can relate.
All my life, I've been the fat girl in a thin family. I look different than my mom and my sister. They're just really thin people. At one point in my life, I was pretty sure I had to have been adopted because I look so different. I remember watching like my sister do gymnastics. I felt like I was the chubby one on the sideline, playing more combat sports like softball. My mom is a 0, and my sister is a 4, and meanwhile, on a good day, I'm a 14. My mom and my sister can eat anything they want and never gain weight. They can eat cheesesteaks, wings, cupcakes. It's not fair.
Shayna,
What?
you really want that wing?
Whenever we eat together, I'll take more and more, and they'll say, "Are you sure you want to eat all that?" Sometimes that slightly judgmental tone will drive me to eat even more, and I'll do it in private because I don't want to be judged. I have tried every single diet. I've put money that I don't have into trying to lose weight. I'll lose the first 10, and that's it. I hit this plateau, and then I get discouraged. I'm like, well, then I might as well just eat whatever I want. I feel so alone in my weight struggle in my family. I wish my sister and my mom could relate to what I was going through, but they really can't. I am so tired of being the fat girl in a thin family. I truly feel that under this extra weight, there's a beautiful fit woman in here who's ready to come out and feel healthy, not just in mind, but in my body too.
Shayna's joining us. You see yourself as the only overweight person in this thin family.
It's very true.
How has that isolated you?
It's isolating because when you're the only person in your family who needs to go on a diet, nobody else can relate to it. You're 100% alone.
So how is this focus, this emphasis on your body and how it compared to everybody else, preventing you from making the change within that's so important?
I think one of the main reasons that's happened is because when you lose maybe 10 pounds, all of us, we take a new diet, we lose the first 10, we feel great, you want to share it, yet I'm still 50 pounds heavier than my pregnant sister, and she's 9 months pregnant. So, you know, that's really discouraging. So you hit that plateau, I say, hey, I might as well eat anything, and it kind of sends me right back into the same cycle.
You're worried about your external appearance, which I completely understand. I'm much more focused on what's going on inside.
I respect that and appreciate
So
that.
if I can walk you back to the truth tube, I want to share you a number
Okay.
that's concerning. Well, I gotta say, I mean, the good news
important.
was you're a young woman and you're generally in good health, and most of your numbers were okay.
Okay.
There are a couple that I would nudge here and there, but there's only one number that I'm going to focus on today.
Okay, doctor.
Because it's, for you, the most important number. There's a way we look at inflammation in the body. It's called the CRP, C-reactive protein. So the CRP is supposed to be less than 1, ideally. Yours was not less than 1. In fact, it was 16.2.
Oh my goodness. What does that mean? Like,
That means there's a flame raging inside of you, corrosively irritating the insides of you.
Dear God.
But that's a number that's very changeable, very controlling,
Okay.
if you can adjust your lifestyle. So when you're on a program and you begin to flail,
Right.
what do you start feeling?
Well, Dr. Oz, in that moment, I think is when I feel the most alone, because when you have found some success and you hit that bump and then you go right back, you're by yourself. I'm making that choice alone within myself to harm myself by eating those bad foods again. It's the most alone I think anybody would feel is when you know you're eating the wrong things. If you start to binge on something, it's my lowest moment.
Do you believe in yourself?
I do. I believe in myself. I know that this isn't, I look at those pictures that you were showing on the video, and every time a picture comes back from a wedding, and I know that I don't want to believe that that's me, because I know inside me is a really healthy, fit girl who deserves to have some time to come out and shine. I'm only 30.
Sure.
I lost my grandmother to diabetes. I have heart disease in my family, and I think it's now or never. I gotta get it. I gotta get it now. I'm single. I don't have kids. What is my excuse? I gotta do it, you know? I'm ready.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
So I've got you a mentor, someone I love very dearly.
Okay.
He's been on his own personal journey with his very similar struggles to the ones that you have had.
Okay.
He's done his in a very public way. Take a look at my friend Elvis Duran.
Dr. Oz says no, you shouldn't eat that. He's got one of the most famous voices in America and the #1 radio show in the country. DJ Elvis Duran, a friend and frequent guest here on the show, has always been very candid about his struggle with weight. Elvis says while entertainment puts a premium on being fit and looking fabulous, co-workers, craft services, never-ending events, and all those after parties can provide plenty of temptation that often leads to added pounds. Having been the fat guy in a thin industry, Elvis says he knows firsthand what Shayna's going through, and he's here to help.
So Elvis is joining. He said it was really important for him to be here with Shayna. They adore you for a very good reason. He's about the realest person you'll ever meet. He wanted to be here.
Thank you.
Because his motivation for losing the weight he's lost was very similar to yours. He faced health problems too. Like your CRP, he had his issues.
Let's do this.
I'm ready, Elvis.
By the way, and you shouldn't be doing this for looks because you were stunningly gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you got to remember, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
And something that never bothered me while I was very, very overweight was I never really got down on myself. I really never did. I never became sad because I was overweight. I always had no problem. I never had a problem with that. I never let my weight problem define who I was. And as simple as that sounds, it's what you have to do. Mm-hmm. It's not who you are. It really isn't. All right, let's get to work. What do you want to do?
Health problems.
Yeah.
It forced you to make a difficult decision that you were going to tackle the weight. It wasn't about your self-image as much as the fact that you were compromising your life.
Yeah, Dr. Oz made a very valid point to me. He said, look, if you have cancer, you treat it. Obesity can be sometimes just as dangerous as cancer, depending on who you were. I didn't want to not treat it. I had to do something. And I tried the diets, I tried working out, I tried everything, and it never worked for me.
Same.
I ended up having a bariatric procedure, and I've lost 60 pounds doing that. And it's not the easy way out. Well, thanks. It's not the easy way out, but I still have to make the right decisions because even with a stomach this big, I can still eat the wrong things and gain weight. So I'm still on a diet. I'm still on that journey.
You're going to help me?
I'm going to do it.
He's going to help you. And please share a little bit about this plan we're working on together. And remember, Elvis is also a bigger man in a thin world.
Yes.
Similar to you.
Yeah. We are living in a world where everyone's just skinny and you hate them. Kidding. We love you skinny people. The plan has several different tiers to it.
Great.
And you're going to love it, and it's going to work for you.
I'm ready. I'm going to do it.
Up next, the plan to lose weight when no one else in your life needs to. We'll be right back. So you're on a mission to lose weight, but the rest of the world isn't fitting into your plan. So I asked my friend, host of the #1 morning show in the country, Elvis Duran, to share his plan to lose weight in a skinny world. Now, it's perfect for anyone out there like Shayna who feels alone in her weight loss journey. The first goal is to broadcast your goals. Explain what that means.
Well, first of all, and Dr. Oz may not understand this because I don't think you've ever been overweight, have you?
6th grade, too many fluffernutters.
You don't remember that. Now, we live in a world where people stress us out. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stress eating. When you get stressed out, you want to eat your feelings, as they say. You let your friends know, look, I'm on a journey now to lose some weight and take care of my health, but I need for you to stop stressing me out. You're making me want a corn dog. But also, you know what? We live in a world where we have to be out in the world, in the real world. And so we're out socializing with our friends, hanging out. Let them know, look, I'm going to be on this journey where I need to lose weight. I need to watch what I'm eating. I will be with you. You're not going to see less of me, but I need for you to understand what I'm going through.
So very specifically, Elvis obviously can talk to millions of people on the radio, but you have other ways of doing this, right? You can text, you can post to Facebook, you tweet. I don't care how you do it, but you got to get the word out that you're on this journey. And when people aren't helping you, they're enabling you.
True.
They move on.
I like to write. I started a blog that I didn't finish, just like all my diets, called Overweight and Underwhelmed or something like that, and maybe I'll get back to it and share it.
As you do this, I'll put it on DrOz.com.
Great, that'll be fun. That'll give me motivation.
Perfect.
Yes.
And it'll make you accountable.
Thank you.
Go back to this other thing you just touched on a little bit. This is a big step, separating the eating from this socializing.
You want to get into that?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I know this is a big issue for you.
Going out to a restaurant with friends. Do you have cocktails from time to time?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, on festive occasions.
Never,
Right.
Look, you know what I do now? I drink vodka and water when I want a cocktail, and I'll nurse the same drink for a long time. And as you start to lose weight, you will begin to feel the effects of the alcohol faster. I'm not calling you a cheap drunk. That's not what I'm saying. But you know what? You could actually just keep adding ice to your drink and just drink slowly. There's no race to get to inebriation.
And you
a
can
great
do
tip.
things that don't involve food. So what's a plan you could do with people that are dear to you?
Absolutely. A lot of the friends that I've made over the years are through community service, so I could recommend something like that. I really like to hike. I do it by myself most of the time. You saw the picture with me and my dog, and maybe I can have my group of friends, instead of going to brunch on a Sunday, we can go
Right.
for a hike.
Isn't it funny
Something
how
like
so
that.
many things that we do with our friends involve food? They almost all do. So if it does involve friends, you go into a restaurant, go to their website, see what they have on their menu, and then just sort of choose what you're going to order a little early.
Okay, look it up ahead of time.
Yeah, look it up
Yeah,
ahead of time so you're
great.
ready to go.
Sure.
Come on over here. We have a
All right.
little surprise for you.
Ooh.
The next big tip that
You're
Elvis
not
wants to offer you is he wants you to have nutrition first, cravings second. So Elvis, please explain.
Well, your stomach holds whatever it holds. You need to understand that at least 75% of what's in your stomach needs to be what's good for you. At least. Let's start with protein. Protein and fiber really are the two things you really need to get you going. I would say start and always begin your meal with what's good for you. We always want to go to sugar.
So go ahead and demonstrate. This is your body.
Me?
This is your body. This is the future your body, right? So go ahead and show me. Normally, when you're eating, the sugar represents what you want because,
Right.
frankly, for most of America, sugar is what you want.
Cake, pie.
Spilling all over.
Yeah,
That's how
there
much
it
I
is.
want.
I want to put my tongue
That's
right.
fine.
Hold on.
And then
No, keep going. No.
so let's say you're being good. You can stop right there, and you put half of the bad stuff in first. And go ahead, Elvis, add in the good stuff.
So the good stuff, you only have room for this. That's all you have room for.
Doesn't work.
But what about this good stuff? You didn't eat that.
What ends up happening, frankly, is this doesn't get in there. No, seriously,
That's
it gets
nuts, yeah.
nuts. Instead,
Who
that is
cleans
nuts.
this mess up after you, Doctor?
Please, we do it together. I have some friends. Show me what Elvis does now.
Start with the good stuff.
Okay.
Always feed yourself what your body needs for fuel, which is the good stuff. We'll say
Protein.
proteins
Okay.
and things. Fill it up.
You fill that in there. Now go ahead and put the stuff that's not so good for you in there. Go ahead and enjoy yourself because your brain is looking for nutrients. So you can put some in there, but you can't get quite as much in there. That's fine.
Right, and I had to go slower, too.
And the best part is you got all your nutrients in there. Now step over the walnuts to
Okay.
what maybe be the most important tip of all. Elvis wants you to embrace long-term gratification.
Yes.
Okay, Elvis.
You
Ready. Let's
You
do
ready?
this. Yeah, what does this mean?
So, for instance, I was on the red carpet at the Grammys several weeks ago,
Amazing.
and I was wearing my transitional tux. It's the tux that fit me now, but I know that I'm not going to be able to wear that tux.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. That tux will be too large for me when I get to my goals. I always keep my goal tux
Yes.
in mind. I mean, I don't want to wear a tux ever again if I can help it. But when you have to think about what's down the road. If you stop and think, oh, a slice of pizza is great now, it is, but that's going to be over once you finish that last bite. When you start thinking about your life in the long term,
Right.
your goals, like what do you want to wear? Is there a picture of you in your jeans?
Yes,
yeah,
we have one.
I call them my gold jeans.
Okay, look.
There it is.
Okay.
They
So
do
you
not
can't-
fit.
You cannot button those up. I
I
have a
cannot.
challenge for you.
Okay.
When you lose enough weight for those to button, I want you to come to the show and come see us one morning. Let's talk.
Whoa!
Okay, that would
think
be
that's very important.
Awesome, thank you.
So, you know what?
That's a great motivator.
It's a great
Thank you, wow.
When you're starting to think about a piece of cherry pie, which is fabulous, I have no problem
I
with
love
that.
the bake.
Also think about those jeans. I really want to button those jeans
do.
because you're going to button them.
Okay.
You're going to do this.
I believe it.
You're going to get
Okay.
it done, but you have to always keep that in your head.
I will.
So as we were in that small commercial break, Elvis came up to me and says, she's going to do it. That girl can get
No,
it
you're
done.
going to do it.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
I know you can.
Thank you.
Get the full plan, all of Elvis's great stuff, plus information from all of our Truth Tube experts at DrOz.com. We're following your story.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.